Previously on Birth Stories.
Is that you have a 1 in 200 risk of a uterine rupture. If it's a catastrophic rupture, you're looking at probably the baby dying if you're at home, possibly you.
It's been pretty hard. And we think about her every day. Both of us got tattoos, just so that she was always a part of us. It's a little baby on a cloud with a halo.
To have a C-section, it's very disappointing. And you feel like your body's given up on you and it's not doing what it's supposed to do.
Today's 37 weeks, so anytime from today on, I can have my home birth now, right? I don't have to worry about, okay, good.
No, your baby is term now.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Kim gets her way. She wants to give birth to her third child at home, and she's won husband Wesley over to the idea.
What don't we come with? Well, we don't come with any doctors.
And no epidurals.
And no epidurals, that's right. So pain relief here is going to be natural pain relief,
Okay.
right? We know that for us, what makes home birth safe is that it's a place for normal. So if we're starting to see things that are outside the range of normal, then it's a reason for us to be cautious and to say that maybe the most appropriate thing is to transfer into the hospital, and instead of having a lovely home birth, we would have a lovely hospital birth
Okay,
at the
those
grace.
things like, okay.
Excitement of all of that.
And then other people who said to me, you're crazy for having a home birth would have their fuel.
Unfortunately, that is the case in our culture. It's a bit the burden that people bear.
It is, because so many people have said to us, why would you want to do it at home? And they just don't. I mean, it's the third time. I pretty much know what to expect, so.
Okay, this is Jeremy. He's the youngest. He'll be 2 just before the baby's born. This is Joey Alyssa. How old are you, Joey? She's 4. And this is Jessie Renee. How old are you, babe?
7. A family of 5, with 1 more on the way. Soon, daily life won't be as easy. Bruno's about to go back to work after some time off. And when he does, Katie's mostly on her own.
Bruno does paving, so during the winter months, he's home for a couple months. He's home and he does all this. He does all the work. Cooking, cleaning, everything. And in the next couple weeks, he'll be gone. He'll be gone. He leaves at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and you can get home anywhere between 7 and 10 at night. Right? Every time I try and convince him to take a week, but it doesn't work.
Well, the boss always has the same answer. 4 months off. So he doesn't like us taking any extra time.
Get up, Joe. Got 1 left.
I think the contractions are coming every 5 minutes now. And if they stay consistently like that for the next little while, we'll probably have to consider going to the hospital, especially if they stay strong.
Lisa and her first son, Joshua, kill time through her early labor pains, while Dad, Lyle, is a few hours out of town and doesn't know the show has begun.
And I just tried calling him on the phone, and he did not take his cell phone with him. Bad boy. And I paged him, and I don't know if he has his pager either. So he will get a whipping when he comes home. I'll say, you did not have any way for me to get in touch with you, and I'm in labor. Bad boy. I could just see him doing that, stopping at the dollar store, buying a whole bunch of stuff that he thinks we need. And then getting here and going, look, I have this, I have this, I have this. He is a very thoughtful man. He just doesn't have the same thoughts as I do at exactly the same time, so of course you know. That's why couples get frustrated with each other.
Yeah, I definitely don't want them at the birth.
Home births bring a few extra considerations. like what to do with Kim and Wesley's 2 young sons.
That
I mean, we've been honest with them where babies come from, but I don't want them to see it. I think it's just
Yeah.
especially being boys and at their age. They tend to tell their stories a little much.
right, yeah, you'll be the talk of the schoolhouse, right?
So what happens with the placenta? I was wondering.
After
You
the
never answered
delivery?
my question last time.
Well, that's a little bit up to you. Many people will take the placenta and dispose of it as they wish. Used to be that in Ontario the law was that you couldn't dispose of the placenta in a
Kim
normal.
mentioned that too.
Yeah, they've changed the law,
Okay.
so it's okay to dispose of it. But you do want to be very careful about all of the garbage that's coming from the birth. In terms of don't put it out the night before. Put it out the day of garbage collection, that sort of
Okay.
thing. Some people will want to keep the placenta and actually bury it in their garden. Many people will who choose to keep it rather than get rid of it. No,
I think it'll be gone.
it'll be gone. Okay, yeah. Well, in any case, it's your responsibility to
Okay.
dispose of it.
Great.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Can you put the vacuum cleaner away so nobody trips over?
Good.
Ultrasound tests showed that Bruno and Katie's 3rd child had a rare and fatal kidney defect. This 5th pregnancy has some risks too.
According to the blood test, we were at the highest risk that you could be for Down syndrome. So they suggested we have an amnio. Chances of this baby having Down syndrome are 1 in 215, and the chances that I would miscarry during an amnio was 1 in 200. So it wasn't a chance that we were going to take. And the doctors at Mount Sinai, as usual, were amazing. They told us that, you know, one of the doctors I talked to said, well, if I told you were going to win $1 million and you had 1 in 215 chance, what would you say? And we said, of course not. And he said, well, why do you think you're going to win this lottery? But the chances of Jamie having Potter's syndrome, which is the no kidneys, was 1 in 250,000. So we won the bad lottery, and we hope we don't win it again.
Lisa has been admitted to hospital, Lyle and midwives at her side. Lisa was hoping for a natural birth, but the pain is intense and the progress is slow.
So Lisa, one of the reasons that we check after a period of time is because we expect change in your cervix to happen because of these strong contractions.
Yeah.
I think at this stage, because you've been at this for so long, it might be a good idea to talk to the OB on call to see what her impression is and what she might recommend for, you know, the next step.
I thought I was getting somewhere.
Yeah. I know. And you are. You really are. You're working so well with your body, Lisa.
You're doing great. You've done everything you need to. You're doing great. Maybe I just need some relief.
His burgers are coming. There's
A family barbecue with both sides of Kim and Wesley's families.
Let me put out the sausages, guys.
The home birth wasn't the first debate Kim won. That was having a 3rd child.
Initially, I planned on 1 boy, 1 girl. I like that, you know, that's a perfect. And then we had 2 boys, and I said, okay. And I said, you know, we can't really afford to have another girl, another kid in the family, or a girl or boy, whatever. And Kim said, you know, why? Just another extra mouth. We'll put everything off for another 5 years. If we want to move to a bigger house, Kim wanted to advance further in her job, I want to go further. She said, we'll put everything off for a few years, and, you know, then we'll go. I said, fine, well, I didn't say fine at first. I said, I don't know. It took me some time to think about it. And I said, you know, something she really wanted. So I said, all right, we'll go ahead and do it, you know. And when we found out we're having a girl, it's all the better, right? Because we wanted a girl, but of course you can't predict what you're gonna have, right?
Austin, are you waiting for a burger or are you gonna have a hot dog too?
The game that we're playing downstairs.
Hot dog, Austin?
Want a hot dog while you're waiting for your burger?
Oh, hot dog is good.
Okay, I just couldn't fit them on the table. So Dad, if you want sausages, the red ones are the hot spicy ones. Cheese and bacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
We had to redo the epidural because the first one didn't work. And it was really hard. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wake you.
Oh.
Late night in the maternity ward. Lyle's back from a nap in the waiting room and gets an update.
And it looks like Jonah has decided to have his first poo.
Oh boy.
Yes. So there's meconium in my discharge. But she said she doesn't think it's anything to worry too much about because we've been monitoring him all along.
He's been doing great.
And he's been doing great. Elizabeth seems to think that we can continue on a little bit further and see how it takes us.
They're just saying this is fine for now, and we'll talk about it with the doctor, but, you know,
Yeah.
there may come a time nearer in the future to discuss.
A possible C-section.
Hey, how are you?
The obstetrician who helped deliver the baby Katie lost due to a kidney defect. Now he confirms the results of a recent ultrasound showing a possible kidney defect in this baby. Less serious, but still of concern.
So everything is good. At term, with the baby's kidney being the way it is, it's relatively stable, but given the history of your labours and the size of the baby's kidney, I think it'd be reasonable to book induction.
Okay.
And I was eyeing up Friday for that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Excellent.
and as it happens, I'm on Friday, so that works.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So all being
Kidney is smaller?
well, it's stable. It hasn't gotten any worse, and I think it would be nice to deliver a baby and see how the kidney looks, and then the baby doctors can kind of view it directly and see what they think.
So she'll see someone right away.
Yeah, the baby will be scanned and delivered. Again, I don't think it's an urgent thing at all. I think this is going to be fine. I think it's just going to be something that will be followed up in the long-term future for baby. I don't think it's going to need any surgery or anything like that in the immediate term. So I don't think you should worry about it. But it would be, I think, looking at your obstetrics history and the speed at which you deliver, and looking at things in around, I think Friday is a reasonable plan.
Okay.
If you go into labour between now and then, let us
Keep
know.
my fingers crossed.
Come on in, and or if baby's too quiet, usual stuff. If baby's too quiet, or if there's any bleeding, or your water breaks, anything at all, come on in.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll see you 9 o'clock on Friday morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've decided to go for a C-section because Jonah's heart rate has been having little dips at the end of it, for one thing.
The time has come to turn Lisa's care from the midwives to the obstetrician and surgery.
My cervix was starting to swell, and Jonah's head is getting a little swelling on the top as well. So, you know, that indicates that nothing's going to happen. So it's time to get him out of there, and he had a poo in there, so there's a lot of little things that say, you know, it's best to just get him out now.
Michelle.
Yes, I'm getting out of the way. I promise.
We're at the stage now. I know that we're going to see Jonah very soon, and thought I should be dressed for the occasion here.
So, Mom, when the baby comes, since you don't want to be there, am I just supposed to call you while I'm in labor, or what's the story with that?
I expect a phone call.
Well, are you going to come the same day, or are you going to wait? You want to see her when she's on
Depends if I
new.
can get time off work, that's the problem.
So if I have her on a Monday, we might not see you till the Saturday?
Having her baby at home makes it easier to invite family to the birth. But Kim's mother isn't so eager.
Are you sure you don't want to be there? Why?
That's too hard. It is too hard. I can't stand watching it.
Yeah, but you didn't watch last time. You just.
No, but I heard.
I don't remember it being that bad. It must have sounded worse than it was. Did I scream a lot or something?
No, you weren't too bad.
Because I don't really remember. Like.
But I felt it for you.
Oh, that's
what
kind of
was
sweet.
upsetting.
We had an ultrasound, and got a little bit of bad news, sort of. They said that her right kidney was enlarged.
3 more days until her baby's birth. Katie stays positive.
She's a little bit smaller than most of my children, which is kind of a shock. So that kind of worried me about the Down syndrome thing, because they told us, or someone had told us, that Down syndrome babies were smaller. And considering we're at high risk for that, that kind of worried us a little bit. But whatever will be, will be. So we just want her born and in my arms so that we know she's okay.
Anticipation.
Is he coming?
There he is.
Here he comes, guys.
He's here.
Look at the size of him.
What hurt him?
Nope. Well done. There we go. 10 pounds, 8 ounces.
Holy mackerel.
Hey, big boy. Oh my gosh, yes, you've got some heft to you, you do. 10.
I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah.
There was a reason.
There was a reason.
There was a reason. God.
You go around.
Say hi to your mom. Give her a kiss. There we go.
You're so sweet. It was a tough road, wasn't it? Yeah. I know, for Mommy too. But we're okay now.
He recognizes your voice.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine now, sweetie.
Except Lisa isn't fine yet.
Are we?
The doctors have more work to do as they break the news to Lisa that her uterus is ruptured.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's a good thing that we, Wow. Now I'm shaking again.
One more item for Kim and Wesley to resolve.
Can we get fixed?
No, you're gonna get fixed. It's so much easier for the guy to get a vasectomy.
Yeah, but then as I said before, you'll break your promise.
That promise was only made to get what I
All you have in
wanted.
life is your word, right? All you have in life is your word. And if you break your promise, that's it.
I promised Wesley that if we would have another baby, that I would go and get my tubes tied after, and then if we weren't going to have another baby, then he could just get a vasectomy. And then, well, once I was pregnant, I still wanted him to have the vasectomy, because why should I get it done if I have to give birth again?
She went back on her word. All right?
It's not really going back on my
you went back on
word.
your word.
It's just.
No, you went back on your word.
Your mom thinks that I should be the one to do it. She says it's the woman's job. I'm completely in disagreement with her on that. Absolutely not. My parents think that he should do it because he should do it.
No, because your mom is the boss in your house.
My dad had it done, and it was like, yeah,
No.
he's gonna get it from me too.
I'm not gonna get nothing. She's gonna get it from me.
No, it's not fair.
It is fair.
How come women have to go through everything? What do? You shave every day. Ooh, that's so hard.
Yeah, that rupture was scary. It's probably Jonah that saved my life.
It's been a brutal 24 hours for Lisa. The birth has left her with a ruptured uterus and a small rupture in her bladder. Life-threatening events without the immediate medical support she received. But baby and mom are going to be fine.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
What a good guy.
That's a gift. After all your mom's been through, you should do this easily.
Here's your brother. He's got hair.
Seven.
Yeah. Did you hear how big he was?
10, 8.
Yeah. He's huge. Mommy probably would have had trouble. So I'm totally out of it. That's why she's helping me feed him, because yes, you are, baby. Yeah. I think he wants to feed again.
Wesley's mom and dad didn't really approve of me in the beginning.
Next time on Birth Stories.
Mostly because I was a single mom, and in their culture, that doesn't happen.
I'm tired and I'm in labor and it hurts.
I don't want to be building the baby's room the day before the baby shows up.